Yo, what is up everyone? It is OG over here from PlayerEssence.com and welcome to the video that I have here for you guys. I first want to apologize for any background noise you hear. That is my computer, but I did want to have some Final Fantasy 15 running for you guys just because this is going to be a Final Fantasy related video. So many of you guys have probably heard at this point that the rumor, at least from Super Metal Dave, that Final Fantasy 15 and Final Fantasy VII Remake will be coming to the Nintendo NX. And a lot of people have casted doubt over this, even Super Metal Dave himself. I'm also a little skeptical about Final Fantasy 15. I think it might be a little late for that, but then again, you have to look at this type of game and the type of money that Square Enix has spent on this, and they need to make back maximum amount that they've invested into this game over the course of what? 10 years now, a decade of investing into this Final Fantasy 15 game. So the fact that Square Enix needs to make that money back, the fact that the Xbox One, which this system is coming to, necessarily isn't taking off as much as the PlayStation 4 is, and definitely has not taken off anywhere near as much as the Xbox 360 as far as Xbox One goes. Xbox One in Japan, the Xbox 360 was doing far better, so it was a little bit more viable of a platform for Square Enix, even in Japan. I think there's some room for Nintendo to sneak in there and get this type of game if they can work out a deal with Square Enix to get a port going. And it's beneficial. It can be beneficial for many different ways, especially if the rumors about the Nintendo NX, and I really don't even like to see it rumors, but I like to see this as something that Nintendo's going to do, is that they're going to have an operating system that can go back and forth between the whole NX portable and the NX console, and you can have games that are played between both of them. That is a huge incentive for Square Enix to put Final Fantasy VII Remake and Final Fantasy 15 on the Nintendo NX, because you're going to have a ton of Japanese gamers that like portables that are going to be able to play the latest Final Fantasy game on a portable system. That is good. That is very good. And you're also going to have it on the console. And the fact that Nintendo fans have just really been clamoring for these type of games. Dragon Quest has always performed really good on Nintendo platforms. RPGs have always performed really good, like Monster Hunter, Bravely Second, Bravely Default, Fire Emblem. So it only seems natural that Square Enix would test this game, especially with how weak the Xbox is in Japan and how necessarily the games aren't taking off so much as far as Japanese games in the Western market. It seems like Square Enix could take this risk and put this game, and obviously with the help of Nintendo to get that on there. So I do think that we will see some type of Final Fantasy game. Now, will it be both games? I don't know about that, because it does seem like Final Fantasy 15 is a little bit far along for it to all of a sudden come out on NX if it's coming out this year. But then again, like I said, it could be a this year thing and next year. They could launch the console version and then the handheld version next year, the handheld version this year and the console version next year. So you never know. And the Wii U did get lots of late ports. So this could be a late port to the Nintendo NX. It could easily be a late port, and there could be multiple other developers, which I wouldn't even say there could be. There's going to be multiple developers that are porting their big games to the Nintendo NX. Just like the Wii U got big games. But the difference with this time is that this system, probably with the Nintendo NX, is going to be a lot better and a lot more developer friendly for them to get their ports out. That's going to be the big difference. And I think that is going to lead to better sales, because we're not going to get necessarily gift games. It's going to be similar architecture. That is just my theory on it. I do want to get into Final Fantasy Remake a little bit more, just because I think that game, as far as with Cloud's inclusion into Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, I definitely think that there is some synergy there. Obviously, Cloud is also a character known on the Final Fantasy Theatrhythm games, and also Final Fantasy, I think there's a recent game that just came out, Final Fantasy Chronicles or Final Fantasy Explorers, there we go. Final Fantasy Explorers that has Cloud dress-up outfits and stuff like that. So Cloud is no stranger to the Nintendo fan base, and I do think that Final Fantasy VII Remake, especially how expensive that game looks, obviously Japan is not necessarily going to be the best for that game, only on a singular platform as far as PS4. It makes perfect sense, and just like I said with Final Fantasy 15, it makes perfect sense to bring these games also to another system like the Nintendo NX that's going to sell way more than the Xbox One in Japan, basically day one. I'm probably going to say it's going to sell like triple or quadruple the amount day one. It makes no sense to me to leave out the Nintendo NX, especially when you have a system that's going to be capable and viable, especially with all the rumors that are coming out that it's going to be able to support Unreal Engine 4 at launch, which I do believe that Nintendo's going to do that. That's one of the big problems. Remember the whole thing with what's his face with Epic, and one of the journalists asked him at one of the GDC or something, was like, oh well, what about the Wii U is going to get Unreal Engine 4? And he started laughing. It's like stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like that's type of stuff that they just need to avoid. Like they need to just avoid stuff like that. They need to make sure that the NX can run all the latest engines, can do all that stuff, just so they can get these games, because a lot of these games are powered by Unreal Engine 4. I mean, that's just what it is. A lot of them are powered by Unreal Engine 4, these modern engines, so Nintendo needs to make sure that that's all set up. But I do think that's going to happen, and with Final Fantasy VII Remake, I just think that that type of game needs to be on as many platforms as it can be in order to recuperate the cost. Same thing with Final Fantasy 15. So while it is a little bit unlikely, I guess it could be somewhat unlikely or not believable that these games could be coming just because of how the Wii U turned out, I do think that the situation is a little bit different in this generation, and just looking at everything from like a grand landscape and just looking at the relationship between Square Enix and Nintendo, there obviously is a good relationship there. It all just depends. We have to wait and see how everything turns out. I'm excited for the future. I'm excited to see what they have going. And once again, this comes from Super Metal Dave. Make sure you check out his channel, subscribe to his channel. I just did a podcast with him. He's a really cool dude. I really appreciate everything he's done. So keep up the good work. Obviously, he's doing a good job on his channel there. So let me know what you guys think about these rumors here. Please put your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know that you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And also subscribe to PlayerEssence for all your news, reviews, trailers, tips, and tricks. We're going to have plenty of content going up. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have a fan cast this weekend with Jay Turner. So I know Jay Turner's going to be watching this video, dude. So I will be contacting you soon. So look forward to the fan cast. I've got my live streaming fixed, guys. I'm going to be getting some Division going up pretty soon here. So we're going to have a lot of different stuff right here on PlayerEssence.com and of course on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much, guys, and we will see you for the next video. Peace.